What's up, guys? This is Heis. Let me turn down that racket, that guitar magic racket that's going on. Nice to see you all today. Looks like we've got a fair amount of folks in chat already. We're going to be doing a little bit of work on little Montezuma today, of course. Yes, hello, friends. And I see Evil Me on the loading screen. Has gifted 20 memberships. Thank you, my friend. Much appreciated. Let me get the model opened up. Anyway, I wanted to start this stream with what we said we would do a while back. And that is kind of a mail time segment. I received a couple things in the mail at the museum, which I need to get a P.O. box still. I don't want to burden the museum with people sending things specifically for me there. Shrug. So we'll figure that details out at some point. But I received, first, I've already looked at this one. There's a bag that had my name on it that was given to the museum. And it had a lovely note and some 3D prints in it. As well as a wonderful drawing of 346. One of our favorite little choo-choos, of course. From Big Boy 4014 Productions on YouTube. Allegedly one of my biggest fans. So, anyway, sparing that, they sent some wonderful, cute little 3D prints. We've got a little kind of Mikado K-style tender and locomotive, which is very fun. Proportions are great, super cute. And the front end of a choo-choo. So, super neat. I was touched to receive that. So, very, very kind. Thank you, Big Boy at 4014 Productions. We will push that off on the side. And then this one I have not opened. And T12 Productions, I hope you're here. Because T12 Productions has asked me on the last 2 streams. And I managed to forget this at the museum twice in a row. I swear to God, I have scissors around here somewhere. And this is quite well taped. So we're gonna try and see what we can figure out here. There they are. My desk is a mess. It looks a lot like my brain. Anyway, let's see if we can get around some of the tapey madness that's going on here. All right. Ugh. What's going on here? Hope you're enjoying the music as we go around. And I attempt to open this. This was taped by somebody who wanted to make sure it did not get untaped. That's for sure. Alright. I know not what this is. Is this a reused? It looks like it may be a reused box. It says it's an automatic cup washer, apparently. But it is also taped by somebody who doesn't want it to be opened. Okay. Trying not to hack things to bits. I'm normally just a bit of a disaster opening things in general, so. Alright. And I'll top chats, I hear you. We will get to you in a moment. I should have pre-opened this partially. I'm learning how to do this. This whole YouTube thing is still somewhat new. Oh goodness. My very own pea cup that I've been mailed. I've got a bunch that have my logo on it, but this one I must have done something. and the name on the sample is Eugene McGowan. Room number 346 on July 25th, 1936. Oh my God, my friend. That's hilarious. And we've got a long note from T12 Productions. Hi, Mark, however you wish to be called, T12 Productions here. I normally would be doing this in comments and chats on live streams, but here we are. Congrats on 100K. If anyone deserves it, it is you. Through the 101 videos that teach us the ins and outs of steam and railroading, and more funny videos like the 3/4 show, Deer Valley, and the early RO stuff. Not to mention the live streams. Hello, we're live right now. Seeing all this generosity to a pissant choo-choo. That's what we'll be doing! And he's quoting me. And you and the development of Century Steam is getting me interested way more than the BS Railroads Online is pushing out. I didn't say it. It's written in the note. He also made me go on the YouTuber boat for years. I've been on the line deciding if I should, but the ES&D came crashing in, limes, and threw me on that side, and now 100 subs later, here I am. Thank you, Heist. Enjoy the Piss Cub from T12 Productions. My friend. Far too kind. This is touching and hilarious. It's gonna go right there. It's gonna go right with 346. Anyway, that was a little bit of mail time. I'm touched. Thank you, friends. And let me get these top chats, then we'll get into Discord and get on to making something on Montezuma. I'm not sure what we're gonna make today. Probably more crosshead bits, but anyway. Let's see here. Liam Eddy, PRR T1 or New York Central Streamlined Hudson, which is better? God, they're both so cool. I don't know if I could pick, honest to God. The T1 with the shark nose and the speed and the duplex, so cool, but the Hudson, so iconic. If honest to God, my one opinion that I have about the two of those is that the biggest crime in railway preservation stuff is that a New York Central Hudson didn't get saved. Like, those engines just scream iconic to me. So, anyway. Corey Gibson, it begins. Does anyone know what oyings are? People keep telling me I'm an oying, but I don't know what it means. Limes. Thank you, friend. Jace Bellerin, happy holidays. You just bought some N-Gauge to get your great-grandfather's 20-year-old little choo-choo running again for the first time in nearly 19 years. That's awesome. Thank you, Jace, for noting your 8 months as a conductor, and that's awesome. Yeah, get that going. Quackagate. I don't know if I want to read that. I don't think we're going to read that, other than sploosh. But yes, thank you. 2 peas in a pod. Video of 1309 in Fomaritaville with amazing audio. I'll have to check that out later. Thank you. You're the Gymnast 98. Hey, Monty Monday. Glad to catch this one. I have a few quick questions. Do you have any information on articulated locomotive suspension? I don't honest to God know. I would have to look. We could look at some pictures and kind of figure it out. I honest to God don't know if they would be set up as tripods or not because of the way the articulatedness is. So I don't know. And then our box pox, the primary wheel type used on modern locomotives. A lot of them do. I don't know if I would call it the primary type. Maybe. I don't know. I'm stuck railroading in the narrow gauge in the ancient days. So, and we're only going narrow and older by trying to do this Montezuma thing. So anyway, Camilo Santiago, welcome to the Brakeman. Darkman 96. Double Fairies your Garrett locomotive. No, don't do that. Joey the Cat gifting 5 memberships. Thank you, friend. And Camilo with a $5 top chat. Thank you. ETW Gaming. Crap the K4 in the dirt. Don't do that. It doesn't like being in the dirt. B&O 7611. Zoom Day. Cheers from Michigan. Just finished up North Pole Express season. It's a time to relax and watch this tonight. Awesome. Glad to hear. I hope North Pole Express, if you're in Michigan, you're either at Huckleberry or Steam Railroading Institute. Either way, I hope your choo-choos were happy. Isaac Desloth, music is wonderful. Also in Europe right now, it's Tuesday. I did start a little bit late. It took me a minute to get some things done and figured out and moved on. SolidWorks, can we just keep doing a mail stream? I'd like that better. I'm sure you would, SolidWorks, dick. I now actually know who SolidWorks is. So, you. Okay, let's jump into Discord and say hello to everybody. It looks like we've got Armagon, Mick, Midland, and Tristan in here. So, hello, friends. Say hello to stream.
Hello, stream.
There you go.
Flaming asshole.
The only time you'll hear Mickley swear, he's gonna swear via Robin Williams via soundboard. Oh, but you missed the new additions to the soundboard last night.
Oh.
It's lots and lots of trains. Steam trains, little trains, steam trains, diesel freight and passenger trains, even trains that blow through snow.
Jeez, my God.
It
Of
takes
all
you
the
back.
nonsense.
So
Oh
many
my
core
goodness.
memories.
The core memories. Yes. Special thanks to Jake from Studio 346 for adding those to soundboard. Yeah, that was fun. It made us do a, but it's fine. Yes. Okay. And Mickey, a brakeman for 12 months. You've freeloaded for a year? You've made it to a gold lamp by freeloading the whole time? Congrats.
Yeah, boy.
That's what we'll call it, a stroke. Because every time you swing it, you feel like you're gonna fucking die. Yeah, beautiful. Okay. Anyway, on with the things. Here we have Azumi Boy, as we left it. Now with a singular crosshead. Because I don't think Brett actually did anything this week, if you can believe it. I wonder how. I guess we could start with. We should probably modify our crosshead to have its proper dealio. Place where a piston rod go. That one.
That one.
That one.
You gotta drill the hole.
I do. The asterisk though is that I don't know where I need to put the hole. I guess I need to start kind of making a piston rod and then figuring out the diameter and where that goes. So we're gonna kind of do a bit of that. So anyway, Luxie 12, fireman for 14 months. Cheers. Thank you. Northwesterner double fairlies. That's what my granddads were called. Double fairies. Yes, fairies, not fairlies. I didn't even read it right. And Liam Eddie, imagine if the big boy went to the UK. LMAO. Yeah.
No.
Let's see. Do I want to search Big Boy Scotsman? Oh, okay. Look, it actually gives good pictures. You can see what happens when a big boy sees a UK choo-choo. What's the difference in loading gauge? I don't know. Everything.
Yeah. What puny choo-choo say?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that Montezuma is bigger than most locomotives built in the UK. But anyway.
Here you can see the wild Scotsman scarred by the big boy.
Pretty much. Grant Dolan Music, when my wife asks if I'm watching a video game channel, a train channel, or a music channel, you get to reply, yes. Thanks. Yes, we do a bit of those things. Speaking of music, I just ran to the end of my playlist here, and I lost what tab the music's in. There it is. I'm gonna start over.
Said doo-doo.
Doo-doo. Yes, we do. We do those things. Do.
Yeah, duty.
Okay, let's see. How big is the hole? I know, personal question, but. Evaluate, measure. We're going to measure the hole. Okay. It's a 2-inch hole. All right, that sounds vaguely right. That's a very small piston rod, but this is a very small choo-choo.
Hey, it's average.
So, as we're doing this, I actually have a curiosity question that I've been trying to figure out in my head, and
Sure.
I can't. Where the piston attaches to the crosshead, that's not the wrist pin. The wrist pin is something else, right?
The wrist pin is back here where the main rod attaches to the crosshead. Yep.
Okay.
It's right next to where the piston attaches to the crosshead, but yeah.
Is it just like pinned in, and it's just a pin?
The main rod or the piston?
The piston.
The piston sits on a tapered seat that is a very tight tapered fit, and it has to be tapered as such to make sure that it's there, and then it gets a big key hammered through it that's a tapered key that's hardened. Let me see if I can get a picture. I should just find that picture that Brett sent of 20s again. Oh, also, sorry about my voice. I still have been breathing coal smoke, but thankfully for the last time this year, so anyway. Yeah, okay, so here we have a crosshead on 20. So the taper starts right here. You can see how the piston rod graduates up, steps up, and then it's got a machined taper that's rammed down into this. And then there's a slot cut through it, and then this is a tapered pin, or not pin, tapered wedge that is hammered in and secures this tapered fit to that. So you use a taper to tighten in and bring the pieces together, and that key slurps them together as you hammer it in, tightens the taper on the taper, and then by the nature that it's tapered and you've got all that friction, the surface area won't come apart.
Okay.
Much like...
Is that a
Go ahead.
a cotter pin on the other side that's keeping it there just for safe keepings?
I don't know if these are actually pinned. It looks like it might be cotter pinned. I don't honestly know
looks like
off the
it.
top of my head. If the choo-choo wanted to spit this out, it would spit it out. But you have to make them pretty hard because, yeah, they need to be tough to actually work. So anyway, okay, top chats. Uh-oh, Blackbird Gaming, an engineer for a year and a half. Hello there, Economy. Uh-oh. Economy should start running. Blackbird's here. Thunderfox, favorite steam locomotive excluding narrow gauge. Pow, we can answer this. Southern Pacific 4449. Love that choo-choo. Big, orange, pretty. Jack Morgan, thoughts on the weirdest locomotive at the IRM, CTC 508, 2-foot gauge, and electric locomotive that carried merch. The birds have
There we go.
arrived. Oh, God. Sir,
Well, yeah, no,
sir,
your stream crashed.
If
Stream
Stream
appears to be
Element-
dead on my...
Oh, there we go.
Yes, if Stream Elements allowed me to just say members gifted without actually stating the names of every single member that received a membership, those birds would have been a back-to-back army of 100 birds.
Oh,
But here we are. Thank you, Blackbird. We'll get to you in a minute. I'm trying to pull up pictures of this thing from IRM. That's a goofy thingy. All I can describe of it as just by seeing this one picture that needs more pixels is that it's a goofy thingy. I'd love to come see it in person, but it's vaguely on the docket at some point to go to IRM. I've got a good friend that works there, and they said they could take me through and show me some stuff. So I'd love to, because I've heard it's just sprawling and ridiculous. So yeah, I'd love to take a peek at that someday. Anyway, former bro, you're excited to see birds and hear German fanfare. There you go, it's happened. And then Blackbird with the 50, and Blackbird with another 50. Thank you, friend. You are absurd, but much appreciated. Jordan Freeman, tonight on the Oregon Trail, the idiots go to Oregon. Goose is a female banker, Heiss is a male carpenter, Brett is a female adventurer, and Leighton is an old male physician. I don't know how much that actually tracks, but okay. Ryan Simmons, hey look, a year. Thanks donators for the free year. Another freeloader for a year. The folks donating memberships are far too kind, and I'm glad that you've enjoyed the ride, Ryan. Thank you. And Fox upgrading to a conductor. All right. Let's see about figuring out where this rod goes. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a new part. And we're just going to... God, we should probably sketch on the front plane. And we're just going to make it 2-inch for now. 2-inch diameter. And then we're just going to make it long. We're just going to say, I don't know, if what the stroke is 16-inch, so like 24-inch maybe. We're just going to extrude this just so I can get this in the scene and kind of see what's going on. So we will save to this PC as, oh god, put it in the crosshead assembly, piston rod. not solid part. Oh, crap! I'm thinking about parts, and I realized something that we're going to have to do on this stream that'll actually be easy once we figure this out, too. I've got another builder's plate to put on this. Caleb Leach has been doing cool crap, to say the least. Caleb is a sweetheart. I got to meet him in person maybe 8 months ago. People are saying, is the audio cutting out, or is it back to working?
You're fine on Discord. I don't know about stream itself. You were kind of cutting in and out because it seemed like stream was dying there for a second. Now stream seems fine on my end.
Okay.
So...
Yeah, Discord or Stream Elements shows no drop frames. Seems happy. Everyone's saying it's fine. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
While we're ADHD looking at chat, Discord Draconicus, thoughts on a doodlebug Shay. I assume it's a Shay. God, that's that weird thing in New York, isn't it? That's a neat thing. Jordan Freeman, the audio is cutting out. It's apparently fixed now. But anyway, thank you. Stellar Elk, I've been freeloading for a while as well. 8 months. Like I said, the folks who are donating memberships and all that are wonderful. If you didn't watch the video with the new camera, thanks to the channel members, go watch it. Blackbird Gaming, go do the thing. Until next time, my friends. Thank you. Matthew Boker, 3 months. Thanks for everything, Heis. And Con Gaming. Nice rod, Heis. Hey, Con, when the fuck are you gonna upload the Railroader video that we filmed? It's been weeks. It's fine.
Literally been weeks at this point.
Yep, it's fine. And Corey Gibson, audio's good for you. Good. Anyway, is this too much of a spoiler? This might be too much of a spoiler. Hey, take a look. Caleb has 3D printed the first full-size flat, and we had an argument about this. And I chatted with researchers, and we don't, honest to Christ, know how they were actually made. So if anyone knows, let us know. Caleb says that the builder's plates are cast flat and then heated to be bent around the smoke box. But castings and bending castings with letters and weird thicknesses seems strange to me. I thought they would have been cast with the curve built into them. I don't know. And we have yet to find out the official answer. So anyway, but Caleb has 3D printed a full-size Montezuma plate. It sounds like he's going to paint this one up and make it pretty, but it was a first test print to actually print and then cast the first real replica builder's plate. So I'm sitting over here giggling like a little girl. But anyway, thanks to Caleb. And Con, I see Con has arrived. Hello, Con.
Yeah,
and
sorry.
so have the birds.
I'm not
Con,
trying
there
to
are
make-
birds.
I'm not trying to make excuses for anything
I
for
see.
the Railroad episode, but just to give you like I'm not looking for sympathy or anything. I want to preface that right away. But like we found out like about a month and a half ago that our one cat has cancer. And so she went in for like major surgery last week to it's essentially like breast cancer. So we brought her in for major surgery, and they removed like all the nipples and all the tract and all the tissue on the one side of her. And so they cut her open like completely from chin to basically groin. And so that happened. So we've been dealing with that. And she's
that's a little
yeah,
absurd,
so she's in
man.
recovery right now. She's doing okay, and then in like a couple weeks when she recovers, they have to go back and do the other side. And so that's where my brain's been at recently.
Dude,
I'm so
poor
sorry to
kitty.
hear that. Poor kitty.
No excuse, no anything needed, my friend. That is awful, and I am sorry to hear that you guys are dealing with that. That's unfair.
Yeah.
for
Anyway, I'm
animals that
not
are living
looking
right
for
now.
sympathy. I just wanted to. A lot of people have been asking me why I've been like slacking on videos and
Well,
stuff.
you're
recently,
gonna
and it's just
get
'cause, like,
sympathy, but
my brain hasn't really been on the whole YouTube thing. So
I can totally understand that, my friend.
yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're dealing with it, and like it's fine. It's it's a lot of very expensive surgeries to. We caught it very, very early. Like we caught it on the first little bit. So the hope is that we can remove all the tissue that would cause more cancer, and then as long as it doesn't hit any major organs, she'll be fine. So that's sort of where it's at. So it's really a race against the clock, right? The only issue is like right away we found one lump on one nipple and we got that removed like the next day, and then they tested that, and then they find that it's stage 2 cancer. And what the stages of cancer actually mean is how fast it reproduces.
Right.
So stage 4 is the worst, stage 1 is the best. And then you have benign tumors and all that shit, right? So stage 2 means it's reproducing quickly, but not as quickly as like stage 4. So it's literally kitty breast cancer, and like in humans the same thing. It's you remove the breasts, right? And that's so with cats they have so many nipples, and then there's all the tissue that connects them all behind them. There's these little mammary tracts, and then there's lymph nodes in that as well. So they remove all that shit. They take it all out, and then the idea is that if it's all out, then no more cancer can come back from at least that area. And so far we've like done x-rays and ultrasounds and all that shit, and they don't seem to see any cancer anywhere else. So the hope is that if we can do these surgeries quick enough, we can get rid of any potential for it to come back, and that's the goal. So anyway,
you've been a little busy, and that's a lot.
Yeah, we've been going to a
Jeez.
specialist in Toronto, which is like about an hour or so away from my house. So we've been doing that a lot recently, and yeah, we don't have really a very good sleep schedule. We have like a whole section of our house that's sort of quarantined off for the cat and my fiance to live in, and then my sleep schedule's just been all over the place trying to deal with this. So
No kidding, man. Well,
anyway,
hopefully,
yeah, so that's
good
my
things.
excuse. I still have the footage. I should edit it up. I've been starting to get back into YouTube videos again recently, but yeah, I've just been trying to make like quick videos just to sort of keep my channel not dead. But like
Yep.
I think I only made like 2 videos last week. Like it's just been sort of
Totally understandable, my friend.
not the focus.
Totally understandable.
Anyway, that's my depressing story of the day.
Oh, thanks for lightening the mood.
Yeah, not to dampen anybody's mood, but like yeah, that's where I'm at. So it's been So
Totally.
we're just hoping we get rid of it all. It's been a lot of late nights. And, yeah.
I hope so too, man. That's troublesome. Leighton's cat also has got it. It doesn't have cancer, but it's got Sir. His cat's name is Sir, which is just they adopted Leighton and Brita adopted him, and it's like, oh, your cat's name is Sir. You better say every time you feed that cat, we serve food here, sir. But his cat's got some awful feline like terminal disease that requires that Leighton has to give injections to the cat every day.
Yeah. So
and
our
it's like,
cat is on like
yeah,
she's on like a few different medications. She's got like we have to give her syringes of different, not injections, but like into her mouth. And then she's also on an inhaler. So we've got this little like adapter, and it's actually really cool. It's got a little one-way valve, and you put like a puffer onto it, and it's like a steroid inhaler, right? And so when you spray it, it fills this chamber, and then as she breathes, you watch the one-way valve, and you count the number of times the one-way valve clicks, and then you know that she's breathing in every time it clicks. And so you have to get like 8 or 9 breaths to make sure she sucks all the air out of the chamber, which you've sprayed the meds into, right? So, and we do that twice a day as well.
That's gotta be.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's hard to see her right now. She's like, she's on a lot of pain meds. I mean, it's literally like if someone sliced your entire stomach open from your chin to your legs, like to your hips, like, and she's got like 100-something stitches down that, right, to like hold it all back together. And then she has to do it again on the other side. So, it's a common enough surgery, believe it or not. Like, vets have done this a lot. There's a whole surgical team that does it. It's not just one surgeon. There's like an anesthesiologist, all that shit. And but it's apparently relatively common for this type of cancer to form in cats is relatively common. So the surgery's common enough. So it's not like there's not a whole lot of risk involved. But I mean, it's just super uncomfortable for the cat, like,
Seriously.
And then, so then the first night she stayed in an ICU. They wanted to keep her 2 nights originally, one in an ICU and then one in like a general care. But they gave her a catheter. So they had a catheter is like a tube with all these little holes in it, right? And the idea behind a catheter is they put it on the inside of the stitches underneath it, and then they pull it out before she comes home. But the idea behind the catheter is they can inject localized anesthesia the day after she's had the surgery to like keep it. Anyway, we get a call the day after, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna send your cat home today because she ripped out her own catheter and she's yelling at everybody because she doesn't want to be here anymore.
Poor baby.
So we were like, all right. She's very vocal. She's a Siamese, right? So she talks all the time. So we were like, all right, fine. So we came and grabbed her, and now she's, you know, she's home and she's fine and everything's okay. But yeah, it's rough.
I'm so
That's,
happy that you guys are taking care of her.
Yeah.
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 Well, I think, yeah. I mean, each surgery is about like, I think total so far, by the time we're done, it'll be about $20,000 worth of surgeries and stuff.
My goodness, dude.
Just to deal with it all, vet bills and surgeons and visits and all that stuff. And you know, and my fiance and I have talked about this a lot, and it's like, you know, there's a lot of people who would just say screw it and wouldn't bother spending that kind of money to take care of your cat. But like, if you're that kind of person, like, don't have pets. You know, like,
if you're in the position to be able to give the best care for those that you love, whether they're four-legged or not, like, take care
even if
of
you don't
those
have,
you love.
Yeah, even if you
family.
don't have 20 grand in cash, though, there are financing options and stuff. And if you
Right.
like you have to realize, like, having a pet is like having a car. You know, you have to take care of it regardless of whether or not it works or not, right? Like, it's like, you know, and don't get me wrong, like, I will 100% stop, like, I will 100%, you know, make the decision if the time comes, if my cat is in so much pain that living for my cat is unbearable. Absolutely, I'm not gonna put my cat through fucking torture to be alive.
Right.
But if there's options that are possible, you know, then like finance your shit, you know, like don't like, you know, it's I just don't. Yeah,
You're doing what you
I just
can
don't-
for
if
a
you
member of your
can't afford to
family.
do
Yeah.
it, then don't get a pet. Like, on, you know, the day when you're like, hey, I want a pet, realize that that's gonna cost you money throughout your entire life. Like, that's what they do, right? Like, it's, you know, you get
you're in
companions,
charge
get-
of their care. That's how that goes.
It's
So.
their
Yeah.
family.
Yeah. But anyway, so it's been fun. It's been great.
I wish I could
Like,
give
and don't
you
get me
a
wrong,
hug,
we're
my
not like
friend.
hurting for the cash or anything. Like, we both work and everything. It's just one of those things where it's like, you know, unexpected expenses, right? So
Right. Absolutely.
but anyway, not to depress your whole stream, but like, you know, welcome to
Dude, that's very real, and that's a big thing. So I'm happy to hear that you're able to and are taking care of that member of your family. So
yeah. Anyway,
My-
go back to building your Montezuma.
not
I
to
actually
change
have to go
gears.
check on the
Go interact with your people. Not to
I have
totally
to- I have
change
to check.
gears.
I just saw you were. I was like, you know, you said that you were bugging me about the thing. I'm like, wow, this is gonna take too long if I try and type all this out. So I'm just.
gonna.
bug you.
Okay. Well, you
Yeah,
gave
that was
context.
my-
That's why the Railroader video is not out on Conzen.
That's
and
literally
you're-
why,
And you're
like, I have
stuck with my
so-
janky version.
I have so many backlogged videos. It's not even funny. Like, I have devs who sent me games that I'm supposed to play, and they're like, the embargo lifted on like December 12th, and I'm like, cool. It's now what, the 18th, and I still haven't played it. So like,
Dude, the list,
Yeah.
the to-do list never ends. I feel. you,
yeah,
my
I'm
friend.
so behind on YouTube shit. It's not even funny. And like, yeah, I've just been. It's just been hard to care. Like, it really is. It's just like.
I can completely understand. That's tough,
Yeah,
man.
it's not like I don't care about YouTube or like my audience or anything. Don't get me wrong, like, that's not the message there. It's just like, you know, there's priorities. It's like my family too. My parents were like, "Are you gonna come visit at Christmas?" I'm like, "No, like I'm not."
I'm.
Like, do you think I'm gonna come?
Stuff
Like,
sucks
what do you
right
think?
now. I'm not in a good place. You know.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not coming
people-
to visit. Like,
Yeah.
and you guys can't come visit me either. Like, we can't have stress in our house for our cat. Like, it's sorry, she's got to recover first. In a couple months, I'll come visit. You know, like that's just yeah.
100%, man. That's tough. Go spend
Yeah.
time with your family. Go check.
Yeah.
on,
Anyway, I'm not. Yeah, I
fiancé.
wasn't. I'm not. I'm trying to not. Yeah. Anyway,
You're good,
It
man.
is what it is.
You're good. No.
There's no
Um,
con kitty fun according to Jackson Wages. No, there's not.
Apparently.
I probably should, but like I don't want to, like, I don't know. I just don't. I don't feel good about fundraising for that kind of thing. Like, you know, it's my responsibility. Someone else can, you know, if you have money for, you know, save your own money for your own family. You know what I mean? Like, it's
Absolutely. Yeah.
so I don't know, but Yeah, things are looking good. Like things are optimistic. We're we're ahead of the curve in terms of
you guys
catching it
are
and everything. It's
taking
just-
care of the cat the
Yeah,
best you
it's
can,
just
so.
it just sucks. And it's gonna continue to suck for probably another like 2-3 months until we get all the like reports back and all the tissues removed and everything that they remove they put in little jars with some sort of preservative fluid so they can ship them off somewhere to be tested and whatever, right? So it's like
I wish I
until we
could
get
give
all
you a
those results
hug.
back,
Yeah.
we're probably not gonna feel very good. Yeah.
That is a huge challenge, my friend. I feel for you.
Yeah. So anyway, but sorry. Anyway, go back to enjoy your stream. Everyone, sorry for being
To
depressing.
change gears without even using the clutch, working on the piston rod here.
Yeah, no, that looks good. I'm gonna go talk to my wife. So cheers, everybody. But yeah, that was sorry
cheers to you, my friend.
sorry for ruining the first little bit of your stream.
You're good.
You're fine, Con.
It gets better.
All right,
Go
see
do what
guys.
you must do.
Yeah.
Not to change gears super hard. No clutch. It's fine. Just ram it in there. Piston rod. So I increased the diameter by a 1/2 inch from the actual part that goes in and out of the cylinder. And then we've got a fillet up there up to that new size. And then I attempted to create a 3/4 inch per foot taper for 4 inches. So it tapers a 1/4 inch across it. With a loft feature, and that it's got a curve to it, which is wrong, but I don't know how much I care because it doesn't really matter for the sake of the model. Brett will eventually watch this or see what I did and be like, why the hell did you do that? I'm not certain how to best actually make a taper in SolidWorks. A tapered profile.
Maybe a revolve of some kind?
Yeah, I guess I could draw the... Oh, that would be much smarter. Yeah, draw the profile from the side rather than trying to extrude. Yeah, and then we could do yeah, good call, Midland. We'll do that. We'll redo this in a second and then try and stab it back in. But once I get this kind of roughed out, I'll then take this out of the main assembly, put it in the crosshead assembly, and then we'll kind of figure it out from there. Anyway, I've missed a bunch of top chats during the depressing cat story, which... gotta feel bad for Con. Anyway, Emil Person, could things get better than playing Railroader and watching Montezuma Monday? If you're interested, I am invited to the SNA. Well, thank you. I have been jonesing actually to play a Railroader a little bit. I've been wanting to. I haven't touched it in a week or two, and I've been working too much in general on everything. So I think a little train time with friends would be fun. So I might take you up on that, or somebody else, or whatever. But anyway, Thomas Reeks, thanks to the Economy Breakers for another month. Look at all of you brakemen riding the train here. Scott, just Scott, gifting 50 memberships. Those birds were a while ago, but thank you, of course, my friend. Virtual Rail Fan, been rewatching the Massive Op session from Railroader. Also, how did Railroad with Con perform even with the frame rate issues? The frame rate issues were OBS shitting itself. I don't know why the encoder shit itself. I could not tell you. I haven't changed a single setting, and it decided to shit itself while recording apparently that day, because the game was not that choppy when I actually played it. So, and it was not like Heist hates train games and I want to show that this game runs like shit. It was not that. It genuinely was an encoding issue on OBS's side that just made it look choppier than all hell. So, I didn't catch it in the edit because I edit at double speed because I'm a bad kid. Because I hate editing. So, yeah. Anyway, yeah, it performed well. So, no issues there. Quackagate, expletive, YouTube. Every YouTube stream, you have to for it from potato to full quality. I'm not sure what happened with the
I think they're trying to say they have to manually increase the resolution on YouTube from
every goddamn stream. Also, freeloaders for 9 months. You love to see it. Thank you for the $5. And yeah, I don't know why YouTube does that sometimes. Anyway. Okay, scrolling down. Darknut96. You could also ask Lori how the plates are cast. I could. I don't know if the Brits have smoke box plates like Baldwin does. I don't know. So we'll look into that.
I know they have plates. I don't know that they're circular and in the same general location as they are
Right.
on American.
Almost every engine in Britain, it feels like they're very adornished and they have lots of extra fun kit to them. But I don't know. I don't know if they have the exact type of plate like a Baldwin does. 1 second. I have one. It's a replica, but I have one.
You have one.
And it weighs about 20 pounds. Christ. This is a replica of 346's plate, and it was cast in one piece with the curvature already. But it's a replica. It's not an original. So we don't know if it was actually done like that, but you can see the curvature that it has is pretty significant because it has to match and rest on the smoke box. And this one was actually on the engine at one point, which is why it's so scuzzy. But you can tell it's a replica because the letters are actually too thick. The proper ones, the letters are about half the thickness. So to me, it would just make sense to cast it probably, I don't know, upside down or upside up, because you have to have the flow of the metal and have it fill the sand the whole way. In one go, like this was cast, rather than casting it flat and then heating it in such a way that it would actually bend without melting or breaking or doing anything goofy while still maintaining a pretty close to perfect circle. From a manufacturing perspective, I really doubt that they were bent, but at the same time, there's good arguments for them being bent too. So I don't know. Caleb, if you're watching, I've asked my researcher friends, and they didn't know either. So we'll eventually maybe find out the answer to the mystery and or try it one way or the other. But yeah, that's a Baldwin plate. All right, that's back on the shelf where it belongs. I saw Micah was in chat. I don't know if you're still here, but hopefully I met Micah and I believe his dad or whoever was with him yesterday at the museum, and we chatted for that. It was a good bit of fun. So good to see you guys. Corey Gibson, give your kitty a pet, not petty a kit, for me, Con. I'll pass that along, Corey. Thank you. Virtual Royal fan.
You do that.
Tell Con I will pray for his cat. We recently lost our cat due to a stroke. Oh. Sad cat noises. Man, we're gonna have some happy cat noises here. Ugh. Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Well, stream's not gonna get any of this, but I can have some happy cat moments here for the people in chat.
Please do, Midland. Please enjoy your cat. So, Jordan Freeman.
Ooh.
Feline leukemia. You lost a cat to that 20 years ago. I'm now catching, and we're just getting more depressing cat. We're gonna undo the depressing cat shortly. Okay. Corey Gibson. Oh, and by shortly I mean pretty much right now. I went to a fortune teller, but she was too angry. I went to a clairvoyant, but he was depressed. Maybe I'm just trying to find a happy medium. You son of a bitch.
Limes.
Lime that man. ETW Gaming. Blackbird, donate for the cat. Don't tell people to donate. Thank you for the $2, but don't do that. And Blackbird said they were leaving. And this would not be an appropriate place to donate for the cat. Anyway. Jackson Wages, is there an account in Kitty Fund? Con answered that no. Crazy Jack to Corey Gibson, limes. Using your top shot. Oh god, now there's birds!
Birds.
The birds undo it, said cat stuff. It's true. ML Person, the SNA has about 20 members at the moment. Oh, that's wonderful. That's gotta be fun. Crackergate, M Roofer, English Heart, sorry, no worries. Makosh, Testa. Tapers apparently have an angle you can specify, so I guess just delete back the fillet, do a little trigger, add a sketch line. Okay. Oh god. How many birds are there gonna be?
Birds.
We'll eventually get back to the SolidWorks.
The
Awesome. Thank you. Nicholas Downs, sorry you missed Con's story, talking about changing gears without the clutch. Have you ever shifted a synchronized transmission without the clutch? Also seems you missed the braking of the economy. You missed some of it, but apparently you just broke it some more. Yes, I have shifted a synchronized transmission without the clutch many a time. When the clutch on my first car was going out, I got really good at not using it. Not because necessary, but because I wanted to be ready in case it just stopped working for some reason. Yeah, power shifting. It's neat. It feels really cool too when you do it smoothly. Just get it perfectly timed up. But yeah. And then of course the first set of birds from Nicholas. Thank you. ETW Gaming, pet loss can't hurt me because you've lost so many. Stop with the depressing pet vibes, man. I feel for everybody. I'm gonna have to go get a beer if this keeps up. Anyway.
Here, Mark, look at Catland. Catland is here.
Oh! Catland is here. Good vibes. Good cats. Corey Gibson gifting 50 memberships. There's the second set of birds. Thank you, Corey. You're even in chat. Thank you. Eli C. finally made a stream. Can't wait for more. Glad you're here. Did we... Almost. Hi, 2K7. Hi, I will offer you a small loan of 3.1 million to cover night shift did it, so you can get your 6 chime back from John Doe. Oh, the inside jokes are endless. Thank you, friend. Yeah, we're gonna need that. Okay, let's fix the taper on this piece of crap, shall we?
And as you're fixing the taper, I have a technical question.
Yes, sir. Go for it.
So Zuma's pistons have a bore and stroke of 9x16, correct?
Yeah.
Does that 16 does that mean the full front face of the piston moves 16 inches, or is it only moving 15 inches because of the thickness of the piston?
No, the piston is moving 16 inches.
Okay.
That's a good question. In general, because this is not stuff you think about. And I actually had an epiphany, not to talk about Century of Steam things. If you're on the Patreon, check out the video we posted yesterday. But if you're not, it'll be out later in the month, perhaps even early, wink, for the general public. But I had an epiphany about real steam locomotives because of trying to develop how pistons and stuff do stuff in Century of Steam. And yeah, you don't think about locomotives in that way, really, ever. So it was kind of an interesting thing to learn about in that process. But anyway, and I actually learned to be a better engineer because I developed a valve gear sim, which Jake and I were talking about it last night, and we're gonna have to do a separate video about that at some point. Again, not to get into too much inside baseball and Century of Steam things, but that was ridiculous. And the reason I say this now is because that question, Midland, you hear stroke, you see the piston go back and forth, but what does that mean? Before I even thought about it, the first time I modeled Montezuma's pistons, or the cylinders themselves, I made it 16 inches long, because that's the stroke. The cylinder can't be that long. The piston has thickness. So yeah, that quite the interesting thing. So
it was just one of those things as you started modeling this that popped in my head. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, this doesn't.
What does this mean?
This doesn't make any sense. Yeah. It's an interesting thing. Okay. I was thinking about using a chamfer like someone suggested, and there's probably a way to make the chamfer.
You would have to figure out the degree.
We can do distance. Oh, an asymmetric distance. Distance 2 is that, so we want distance 2 to be 1/4 inch, and then we want this to be 4 inches, which gets us all the way there. No, it's 1/8 of an inch because it's 1/4 inch on the diameter.
Yes.
Pow! Hey!
Pow. Hey!
Chamfer was a good call. I'm not 100% certain who suggested that, but thank you. Couple top chats here. Nathaniel Hill regarding the builder's plate. If it was bent after casting, you'd be able to tell by uneven stretching in the letters, especially on the older plates due to the old manufacturing processes. That's what I would assume. I also haven't seen an original Baldwin plate. Well, I'm going to have to look at a K36 plate closer because those would be more modern, but those are original plates because the ones on 346 are repros. So, anyway. I'll have to take a analysis on that, but that's a good call, Nathaniel. Mako's touched extrusions apparently have an angle you can specify, so you just delete backfield fillet, do a little trigger, add a dimension sketch line to follow. Also a good call. I think the chamfer did it nice and easy. So anyway, thank you guys. Now, and yes, now we fill at the backside. Yep, good call.
I have a question.
Mr. Ermagon.
Hello. In the valve gear, or just the running gear in general of a locomotive like this, what would you expect to be the single part that you would see the most consistent wear on?
The running gear itself?
Yeah.
Someone play the dial-up sounds in the soundboard. Thank you.
I'm sorry.
You know, honest to Christ, I don't genuinely know, and I'm not the best person to ask because I don't deal with locomotives that run day in and day out. Like our engines get maybe 40 service days a year, maybe 4. I think the highest I've heard is 45 or 50 service days. So it's like I haven't gotten to see a heck of a lot of wear. I can use engineering guesses and judgment. And my guess would probably be the rings within the pistons. Or maybe
If
rod
everything
brasses? Rod brasses or piston rings would be my guess. Because, good Christ, 491's main rod brasses were clapped the fuck out. It's probably a main rod brass or a piston ring if I had to guess. It depends on the locomotive, the valve gear, right? Like wall shirts will wear differently than Baker because of the die block and everything. Despite them being functionally very similar, Stevenson is a pile of fuck shit, and the eccentrics in Stevenson might get more wear. I've heard of those having wear problems from people like Stothy. Oh God, that's a really good question, and somebody who's actually run locomotives for, day in day out on a big railroad could tell you. Like some of the guys at the DNS would know for sure. But me, I'm a museum railroader. What can I say? I could tell you what wears out and breaks on the fucking clapped out pieces of shit EMD piles of heaping garbage, but it's only because I had to deal with them. And I dealt with those in a capacity where they were going out running for 6 months and then coming back and it'd be like, Jesus Christ. But anyway.
Well, thank you so much for answering that. I was just like,
I gave it an attempt.
I have a curiosity. Yeah.
Oh, good question, Armagon. Anyway. Railman1225. Hey, guys, hope you're doing all right tonight. Also, fun fact, you had lots and lots of trains, but you grew up with James Coffey singing It's a Wonderful Kind of Feeling. That's the reason I love Toy Train. Oh, God. Oh, God, I didn't know that man's name, but I can hear that when you wrote the words. That's the reason I love Toy Train. Oh, my God, I had both of those. I actually probably watched, both, more of the I Love Toy Trains and, oh, no! Than lots and lots of trains.
Yeah.
That needs to go on the soundboard. Next.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Yeah, please, somebody. Anyway.
The song I remember most from those videos, I forget which one it is, but there was one, I know it wasn't like any of the model train ones, it was definitely a real train one. But it was Legends of the Rails.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think that's also by that same guy, by James Coffey, if I had to think.
I think it is.
Yeah. Our conductor, Al, at the museum used to play those over the PA on every Steam up, and it was like, part of me was like, oh my god, the nostalgia, and part of me was like, why are you doing this to me? Can I get that vertice, please, SolidWorks? Please, SolidWorks. SolidWorks. No, I can't. It's fine. Can we get... Oh, I'm trying to pair... I need to be evaluating. I didn't click the measure button, that's why. I guess from there to there, can we do that? On center... Oh god, it even gives a center. 5 3/4. Okay. So I need to go to my crosshead now and bore a hole 5 3/4. Where... Crosshead assembly, there we go. Oh, but I don't want to open this assembly. I want to open this part. The crosshead casting, open part. And 5 3/4, oh god, from where it rides, which means 6 3/4. No, 4 3/4? 4 3/4 from that line. Yeah. Four and 3/4.
This is a weird.
Yep. I'm gonna sketch on this boy. We're gonna make a hole. God, and it's a taper, and I don't even begin to fuck with the stupidity of taper shenanigans, but we're gonna call it 2 3/8, and then we'll just seat the taper however we do it. Whatever, doesn't matter in this thing. Oh God. Look at all of the top chats here. Corey Gibson, you'd say Manrod brass because they will wear themselves out of round. Yeah. 491s were garbage when we replaced them a couple years ago. I did the test with the DNS guys. I was the engineer, and they're like, okay, brakes on, horse the bar over, back and forth with the chest charged, and we'll see how much the main rod moves without anything else moving. And it's like, oh, those are done. Yeah, so definitely a significant thing. Transmits the most force and changes directions twice per revolution. And yeah. Anyway, a person 723. Hey, hi. So have you seen some of the old garden tractors that have CVT that drives a gear drive transmission? Also, fun fact: your last name is Hubert. Oh, you've got a T on the end. Yes, I have. I have seen those. Those are neat. SolidWorks skill issue. Fuck you, SolidWorks.
Chat says save.
Yeah, we'll do that, chat. Don't worry. Save all. It's fine. Rebuild and save. Let's see. Patrick McNeely, how often do you guys have to do an oil change at BNSF? Ha! Good. Nice joke. Also, what's the longest time you've seen a diesel locomotive go without an oil change? I say nice joke because the engines, honest to God, didn't get oil changes. They would get the oil topped up. Locomotives get their filters changed every 6 months. Maybe it was every annual. I can't remember if the lube oil filters were every semi-annual, every annual on the EMDs, but the big barrel full of filters, all those would get changed out, the elements, but the oil itself would just get added to on the EMDs. The GEs, every now and again, GE would mandate that we change the oil, but it would be once every couple of years a service for the engine. So it's kind of interesting. Yeah, they because of the advanced filtration that's in there, they have the huge oil filter barrel. They have the lube oil strainer, commonly known as the ice cream box. They have all those things, so the oil is actually fairly clean when it goes through the engine. And the engines are low-speed diesel engines, so they're not as critical on oil in some ways as like a high-speed diesel engine or like a car gasoline engine. So less than you'd think is the interesting thing. God, that's a clickbaity fucking YouTube video that I haven't done. Somebody write that down. You don't change the oil on a train? There you go. Yeah. That's yeah. We're gonna add that to the list of things to do. Anyway, good question, Patrick. Okay. Yep. We saved stuff, things, words. Okay. This is 4 3/4 if I can remember 5 minutes ago here.
Yes, that is correct, because you had to do it a different relationship than the part itself.
Right. Yep.
Also,
man.
speaking...
Oh, go ahead, Midland. Go ahead.
Well, circling back to rod brasses, if you want to see how fun rod brasses are to deal with, the Mount Rainier folks have actually put out a video over the last couple... They had a video today and a couple other videos where they were dealing with the rod brasses on 70.
Oh god, I should watch that. I haven't watched enough of their stuff. The bit I watched, I want to say it was Shanjay Animations that sent me the clip of the Mount Rainier of Rowdy yelling at the diesel to tell it to start.
Yep.
And I just felt that to my core. I love the folks at Mount Rainier. I haven't gotten to meet them yet. One of these days, soon enough, I will. Oh god, I will be in town when they're running. Maybe I should go see them. I probably won't. I'll probably be stuck seeing family stuff. Not that stuck seeing family's bad, but you know, that's the reason I'm visiting, not to go look at trains. But yeah, Rowdy and Bethan that run Mount Rainier these days. I did a quick video or a video call with them like 6 months ago, considering talking about some of their plans and whatever, and maybe going out to go film. And they're just like the most down-to-earth, straight-ahead, obviously railroaders that I have ever met, and it was just an utter joy to chat with them. So, yeah, good people there. Good operation. Excited. So glad it's back, but yeah. Okay, let's see. Sketch 5, extruded cut. I can probably chamfer it afterwards, but yeah, we'll dig a hole first. Alright, Railman 1225. When I was younger, streamliners in New York Central were my favorite, but as of recent, Railroads of America and Legends of the Rail stole your heart. Wonderful. W. Muscati. I've been watching this for 20 minutes, not realizing it was live. Derp. I'm a crap human. Haven't got your boxcar in the mail yet. Consider it belated Christmas gift. Screw EMD. Mojivos for mojos.
It's an Evo.
They're Evos. Cockatoo sounds. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you. And don't worry about... Get the boxcar to me whenever. I haven't started selling these boxcars yet. I haven't organized the giveaway for this boxcar yet, so don't feel bad. It's
Future
the holidays.
For future heist.
It's busy. Future problems for future heist. I've punted many things to next year at this point. Yeah. Starter hole screw to your goddamn axles was legendary. Yeah. I've definitely screamed similar at Choo Choo's before. So. Okay, can we? Okay, we can do that. So if we just go distance, and we do 4-inch, and then we do the 1/8 of an inch, that's now got the same taper as our Delio. And I'm just using, I don't actually know if it's supposed to be 3/4 per foot or not. I think that's right. That seems pretty consistent with a lot of other tapered stuff that is on Choo Choo's. Simple enough to change later, but anyway. And I see the people saying this in chats. As you do.
As you do.
Okay. So we'll save crosshead casting. Close the crosshead casting. Change the assembly. Yep. And now we want to actually insert a component into the crosshead assembly, the piston rod. Pow. And then we want to do a mate, and we will mate that to that. Ka-tunk. Oh god, I really didn't seat that in there very far by calling it 4 3/8 today. I didn't want to do 4 1/2 because that's the actual thing, but maybe I should have done some fudged number to just make it work. Okay, we will open that part and change that a little bit. Let's see, open part, tunk. We want the cut extrude here, edit sketch. 2 plus, what's 7/16? That's probably nice. A 16th smaller. That'll probably be the thing. Rebuild. Control S. Saved it. Exit that. Yes, change the assembly. And look, that's schlorped in there much further. Okay, I can live with that. God, yeah, then I need to do an extruded cut through all to have a key go into it. Yeah. And I shouldn't do that in the assembly, he said. I need to look at a picture of the choo-choo, though, for this. Montezuma. Because it's got a... The key was driven in at a very goofy angle, from what I recall. Yeah, God Christ. Why would you do that? I don't know if we want to make it that stupid when we make it. Like, that key is in at such a goofy fargan angle. It's like in a 45-degree angle. Who wants to manufacture that? Nobody. Also, God, the piston rod looks like it's even smaller than the 2 inches Brett has it modeled as. Such an itty-bitty little dude.
I'm told that 2 inches is pretty small.
F's in chat from Italy. Let's see.
Why F's in chat for me? I wouldn't know.
You've said you've been told that 2 inches is very small, and if you're being told that, I'm very sorry for you, my friend. Vintage Renewed, what style of gearbox does DNRGW 50/Sumter Valley 101 have? You found a 4-ton Davenport that you're contemplating seeing if the current railroad would sell to me. I have no idea what transmission's in that thing. It's a 4-speed manual in both directions. It's got a transfer case, so far as I know. I'm actually not certain on that. That's how Pee-wee is, but I don't know. I know it's a 4-speed. I don't know if it's 4 speeds in both directions, though. That locomotive is awful. That is the worst thing you can experience as a cab ride in the 50. It's the loudest thing I've ever experienced. Anyway. Person723, Yamaha made a 50cc scooter called Zuma that looked like Banjo from Banjo-Kazooie. That's awesome. And 94 Chevy Z71, gifting 5 memberships. Thank you. Okay. Well... I guess we've got our piston rod open, and we could just mill a slot into it, basically by sketching on the right plane. Nick Porter gifting 5, thank you. Sketching here, we're gonna make a, there it is, straight slot, yep. In the center line, about like that, half inch slot, basically, I think. Yeah. One fucking Montezuma, that's so big compared to everything else. Not too worried about tear out, but maybe 3/8. And then, God, the length of it looks pretty small, so maybe a 2-inch slot. And then we'll put the slot an inch from there, and that'll center things up nicely. And then we will do, oh, not an extruded boss. We want to do an extruded cut, and we want to go through all. And just, fa-tunk! Oh. Right. We need to do both directions, because we sketched on the plane. Right. Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming a blind wedge on this is not a good idea.
A blind wedge? Yeah, presumably not, because it wouldn't actually hold things anyway. Edit feature. Through all, direction 2, through all. There we go. Made a slot. I'll have to probably confirm and consult Brett, because he's a more recently graduated engineering grad and does more real engineering than I do. See what he thinks on that, but that looks vaguely good. Okay, and now we need to go to the crosshead assembly. Change that. God, that That looks so goofy with how far out it sticks. Yeah, I want to change that. I want to change that casting again. Okay. Cut extrude this one. Yeah, that sketch. Yeah, that one. And we will do 2 plus 15, 30 seconds. Just make it a little more muy largo. All right. And how does that look now? Has it schlorped it further? Okay, that's actually starting to look like how I'd expect it to look. And we can rotate that. And so, God, now we're... How in the piss do you machine this in the first place? You put it on the mill on an angled plate and then just stab it with an end mill, I think. At 45 degrees, I guess.
And make sure it's clamped real tight.
Yeah. What was their rationale for not just putting the key through Oh. They must have been worried about the other rod coming and knocking the key out because of the placement of the crosshead.
Oh.
So if you drove it straight through, perfectly straight, it'd be more likely, depending on the size of the wedge you used, that it would get docked by the rod. And apparently they were not archaic enough yet in railroad practices to care properly to just buzz it down with the torch after they stabbed it through. But with this, you could have a longer key at an angle and it would have less of a chance of hitting the rod. Goofy. Okay.
Potentially less of a chance of it breaking because it's supported by more material?
Yeah, breaking off in the crosshead itself, I guess. Yeah. But in the piston rod, it doesn't make a darn bit of difference.
Yeah.
How am I going to do an extruded cut on a... Well, I get... Okay. How would I machine it, he asked. Well, how do you draw it to machine it? You do the same thing. I need to put a reference plane at 45 degrees to this surface, sketch the same 3/8 hole on that, and then bury the cutter through it. Which is stupid, but here we are. All right, first reference is that, and then we want to do an angle offset of 45 degrees. Why didn't it update the angle? Oh, we still have to have a second reference for it. I don't know why the angle's not working. Reference the middle of the hole. Why won't you just do the angle?
Is there a good comment in chat from Roscoe Montana?
Fitter machinist can almost guarantee there's probably a good reason it's designed in some weird way that doesn't becomes aggressively obvious as soon as you don't do it that way. almost 100% of the time, I agree with you. The only reason that I didn't specifically was questioning it is that a bigger choo-choo that has much more tractive effort and much more force on pistons has it just milled straight through the easy way. And her crosshead does come back to the point where the wheels, oh, okay, that must be what it is, because it would interfere with the wheel, but it doesn't interfere with the connecting rod, because it can't. When the crosshead's at the back, the connecting rod's at the back, so there's no way for it to interfere. With Montezuma, when it's back, it's gonna be nailing the shit out of the actual rod brasses and everything. Goofy. Anyway. IDK, what's going on? Channel, hey, Heist, I don't know if you talked about this since you just got here, but you know that the valve gear on Zoom is backwards, so how does it get to the valve? It depends on what year you look at the engine. That's the neat part. There are, in her original configuration, there is a cute little rocker that's up front that actually attaches it right there. God, it's hard to see in this picture, but yeah, there's some rod that runs back from the actual links themselves, runs up to that rocker, and that's where the pivot happens. They didn't like that, evidently, because they changed it on all of the Class 25s to be right where the rocker is, and then they put the stupid hoop-to-do in the valve rod to clearance it over the crosshead. That just looks so fucking stupid. Whee! But, whee! Yeah, they put a speed bump in it. And yeah, they all changed to that at some point. So something was goofy about this setup with the rocker right close to the valve chest. I don't know why they did this. And I also don't know which version we're going to do. My gut says they put the hoop-to-do in it for a reason. We should probably do the hoop-to-do version rather than this. But I don't, honest to God, know. And everyone's saying drink, because did I say it depends? Yeah, of course I did. It depends. Yeah,
It depends.
That's how that works. Sorry, did you want black and white answers? All I have are black and white pictures.
It really do be like that.
It do. Oh, this side-on profile actually has a lot more pixels and detail to it. Good God, her eccentric straps are so small! You could dunk this entire locomotive into your coffee and take a bite out of it. It's so cute. Good Christ. Oh God, they ran it through the fucking frame? No. No. No, Baldwin. No, did they did not do that. That's not, tell me I'm wrong. That's not a slot milled through the frame for the fucking valve rocker.
Like that. So it looks like, it's like, which flavor of hoop-to-do do you want?
I prefer my frame to not have a giant fucking hole in it. Baldwin! No fucking wonder they changed it. Oh my Christ. Baldwin, you drunk motherfuckers. Baldwin. No.
I mean, it was 1871. It was a different time.
They hadn't learned to tie their goddamn shoes yet. Fuck. Okay, we're putting the hoop-to-do in the fucking valve rod. We are not cutting a hole in the frame. Baldwin. Baldwin. Baldwin, you make me hurt as much as SolidWorks does right now.
Isn't it great, though, that Baldwin has already done the testing work to see what works and what doesn't work?
Thanks, Baldwin. Thank you for your contributions, you fucking morons. Mm,
Ooh. That I don't know that I wanted to know this. Ooh.
oh, there we go.
So, for those in the chat who don't know, would you want to explain why hole and frame equal bad?
Because the frame is supposed to be a really strong thing that's not supposed to break, and you just put a big hole in it.
It's only a little bit stupid, right?
Small amount stupid. SolidWorks, hey, don't compare me with that. Fuck you, SolidWorks. You're as drunk as Baldwin is. Okay. Anyway, where the hell is this slot? We backset it an inch off the piston. We'll do the same here. We're gonna sketch on the new plane we just figured out how to define. Sketch, and we're gonna do a straight slot, and we're gonna go ka-tunk, 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 and we made it 3/8. And then we made it a 2-inch slot on the other thing. And can I don't know if there's any nice way to do this. If I do these things, if I say, hey, you're here, and this is here. No, we can't do that. Okay. If I dimension it to... Can we? No, we can't get that. God. What can I dimension to? That. Sure. And we'll put it vaguely in the center of the hole. That's the thing we're trying to do, but we're doing it in a fuck shitty way, because here we are. Rocky like a hurricane. Oh, we should just do 4 3/4 like we did earlier? No. 4 1/2? 4 1/2 looks pretty good. Call it a day there. Okay, extruded cut. And then we're gonna do through all, direction 2, through all, just buzz that hole out, just like that. Oh, that's kind of goofy. Maybe we could reference that off of that edge. I don't know. Whatever, that'll work. Mike called 12:55. No, Baldwin is drunk. SolidWorks is malicious. My man. Somebody gets it. That's awesome. And Molten House, does slack coal make more cinders? Yes. Good Christ, yes. Yeah. Oh, remember the key is tapered. The key is tapered. I don't know if the slot is, though. Alcoholic, my friend. My friend Al. Alcoholic? Yeah.
Also, I will state that apparently Baldwin was drunk for a long time, because I just found evidence of them doing the angled wedge in 1902.
Which EBT engine's it on, Midland?
It's not on any of the EBT engines. It's actually on a Disneyland engine.
Oh.
Going in MOW VC is number 5, the Ward E. Kimball. Or not Ward E. Kimball.
Are there more pixels in this image?
I've gotten as many pixels as I can. Apparently, high-res images of a Disneyland engine is hard.
I guess. Yeah, that's got a goofy... God, that thing is painted like a whore.
Yeah.
That is goofy. Anyway. Yes, it is. It is on a C-19? Oh, really?
Mm.
Oh. I don't know. I don't know. Shouldn't have to be. Machining that tapered would be a bitch. Which C19 is that on? Have you machined that? After Montezuma, we should make a 3-foot Atlantic. IDK, what's going on? No. Nobody like that. SolidWorks have a projection option? Probably. SolidWorks. I'm malicious because I deal with people that don't know what they're doing. Wow. 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 Words hurt, SolidWorks. Okay. There's that. And then I guess I need to make a new part that is just a goofy flat key. A goofy long flat key that we can stab in there for the sake of looks. Okay. New part. Where's part? New part. Okay. And we will just, it doesn't really matter what we sketch on. We'll sketch on the top plane. Why not? And then we will just make a rectangle. This is a good rectangle, in the words of Ron Swanson. 1/4 inch, fit in the 3/8 slot, sure. Why not? 3900 class, conductor for 15 months, looking at the UP Historical Society drawings of the big boy, or the big late power, the wedge slot is tapered, and they're all at 45 degrees on the piston rod. Well, son of a bitch! That sounds really hard to model in SolidWorks. We'll fix it later. That's where my energy's at today. I had my last night at Polar Express last night, and I'm still exhausted. We will fix that. And they're all at 45 on the piston rod. On the big power, it's probably got the same challenge, so I guess maybe 20 is an outlier.
I guess it depends on how the crosshead's designed, because I'm seeing 6 of one, half dozen of the other.
I think you're right. We'll fix it in post. Yeah, precisely. Corey Gibson. SolidWorks seems like a real asshole. Doesn't he? He does seem like a real asshole. I've heard he's actually a nice guy if you sit down and talk to him, though, but, you know.
Yeah.
All right, 2.5 inch. Sure, it's a 2-inch slot. Taper it down. Extruded boss base. I don't know. Gonna guess 8 inches.
A good guess.
And then we will chamfer that edge and that edge. And we will do the distance, asymmetric, and distance 1. If I set one of them to 8 inches, there we go. Look at that. Make it a 1/4 inch. Right? Because it's 2.5. Nah, then it'll barely fit in the slot. But if the slot's round, I don't know. We'll make it 3/8. All right. Save to this PC in the crosshead. Piston rod key. Solid part. It's a very important part. Okay, and now we go and open the crosshead assembly. Insert components. Piston rod key. And then we'll just mate that face with that face. And do a quick spin on the alignment. No, we want that spin. Oh god. Oh jeez. That has done some funny thingies. Grab that face. Grab that. Tangent did not work.
The tangent wasn't keeping tangent?
Nope. How does one now actually get this thing in there? God. The problem with weird angles and mates and things is many things.
Many things.
What if I do that? Coincident? No, it doesn't work. change into a curved surface. Yeah, I know, Satiric. I'm trying to figure... If there was an option to throw it in there and beat it to death with a fucking hammer, I would. But unfortunately, that's not an option in SolidWorks.
Do you have one square edge on the tape? Like, I know one of those edges is tapered. Is there a square on the other edge? Is it square?
Now they're both tapered.
They're both tapered, okay.
Although this will probably get us close enough for our purposes if we do that coincident, but then it's facing the wrong way. SolidWorks, I hate you. SolidWorks breaking things is my job. Fuck you. Piston rod key, mates. Let's get rid of that first one. There we go. Well, no, I want you to face the other way entirely, though. The key's supposed to go in the other way, man. Why you gotta do that? Alright, so we'll do that edge there. We get change the alignment of the mate. I don't know if that did what I wanted it to do. Oh, it kind of did. Okay. Yeah. Alright, and now we mate this guy with that guy. Oh, yeah. And now we stab it in there. Oh, wait. Why? No. Why you do this? Why you do this?
I have a question. What does the key you are making do?
Prevents the piston from flying out of the crosshead and going through the front cylinder head.
Gotcha.
It's mildly important.
Ease.
Yeah, it actually, when you ram it in there, it seats the piston rod taper into the crosshead taper, and that's what actually theoretically holds it in, but and tends to. But you need to have the key in there for it to guarantee that it doesn't come flying out, which, well, has happened.
Thank you
before.
for the explanation.
Welcome.
I'm gonna jump in a little bit. The way that you have the taper on the key, you will probably need the keyway to be tapered as well. Otherwise, the key is not gonna want to hold.
Yep. Yeah, I recognize that it is not. I'm committing atrocities against engineering, and I do not have the mental capacity to attempt to figure out how the fuck to mill a tapered slot in SolidWorks on this day. I hate to phone it in, but we've got the COS meeting coming up, and this is where my brain's spaghetti is landing tonight. So just don't look too close. Don't look too close at it. It's fine.
In fairness, for the purposes of this model, getting it close is probably fine.
It's true.
I'd recommend, if you want a easier milling and machining, make them both straight, and then just use set screws coming in from the side to hold it in place.
I suppose you could do that, but this is what needs to be done. And oh Jesus fuck! If you look at where the look at how close those are. Oh my Christ! Yeah, that would be why the key's in at a goofy angle. Look at how close the actual freaking crank pin is to the crosshead already, with the way that everything sits up. So, but there we go. There's a vague attempt at a piston rod, adjustments to the crosshead. Obviously my rod's not long enough. Single tier. So we'll fix that next time, and adjust the slot when I have more brain. but I've done nothing but breathe coal smoke. I feel like I'm just a complete and utter idiot at the moment. So we're gonna call it there. Happy Montezuma Monday. Thanks so much for hanging out, everybody. I see Jackson Wade just said, Kenosha's playing that can't be good save. Thank you for the reminders to save. I appreciate you, friends. This is, I know it needs to be adjusted, but it's not the final model, so. Close enough. We'll call it there.